Hi, my name is Kyla Rouse, and I will be discussing with you on how to eat healthy while sticking to a budget. So, is this even possible? Yes, 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 this is very possible. Many people have to budget their monthly income in order to provide meals for their families. Budgeting is just one of the many ways eating healthy while on a budget is possible. So, here's a list of some clever ways to stick to your budget. I will go into detail on each way listed, but for right now I'm just going to name them. So start off with plan your meals. Then make a grocery list and stick to it. Cooking at home versus eating out. Cook large portions and save leftovers for another meal. Do not shop when you're hungry. Buy whole foods. Buy generic brands. Replace meat with other proteins and meals. Buy frozen fruits and veggies. Grow your own produce and stock up on pantry necessities. To start us off, we're going to talk about planning your meals. Planning your meals helps you to plan ahead for what ingredients will be needed. This helps you to make your grocery list and also check your pantry for items you may already have on hand so that you don't overspend at the grocery store and buy things that you already have. When shopping, only buy the amount needed to cook your meals and not extra so that you don't waste money or food by throwing it away. Make a grocery list and stick to it. Now that you've planned your meals and made your list, stick to it. It is easy to get distracted while grocery shopping, which leads to buying unnecessary things, which can cause your bill to get very expensive and out of your budget. Sticking to your strictly to your list helps to eliminate this. Try to shop the perimeter of the store first before the aisles as well. This way you will fill your cart up with mostly whole foods and leave less room for junk. Using an app can also help you make sure that your list isn't forgotten at home so that you don't just stray off the list and buy things that you think were on it. Cooking at home versus eating out. Cooking at home is much cheaper than eating out. If you make eating at home a regular habit, then you won't be eating out at the last minute. You'll feel like you need to be home cooking because it'll just be your habit. Some people like to cook for the whole week on the weekends. Others prefer to cook one meal at a time. Either way, the cost of 2 meals from a restaurant is equivalent to cooking at home to feed a family of 4. By cooking at home, you also know exactly what is going into your food and the entire cooking process. Cooking large portions. Cooking large portion meals can help you to save both time and money. Leftovers can be used for lunch or dinner the next day, or sometimes even frozen for later use like soup. Some leftovers can be used in other recipes like burritos, soups, stews, or salads. This is great for people on a budget who still want to eat healthy and not waste food. Do not shop when you are hungry. I cannot stress this enough. This is the #1 rule when eating healthy while on a budget. Going to the grocery store hungry makes you more likely to shop off of your list and buy more junk than whole foods. Try to grab a small snack before you go, like granola, yogurt, or fruit. This way, you'll be fueling your body with something healthy and you won't be hungry at the grocery store and want to venture off your list. Buy whole foods. Excuse me. Buying whole foods is typically cheaper than already processed foods. For example, a block of cheese is way cheaper than a bag of pre-shredded cheese, and the only difference is it's already shredded. It takes 5 seconds to shred your own cheese at home. So why not save the 50 cent dollar extra and put it towards something else? Whole grains like oats and brown rice are also cheaper than processed grains. Whole foods that are not processed yet also typically yield bigger quantities, thus saving you money. As in with the cheese, the block of cheese, grating it yourself, you will get more bang for your buck than a bag of pre-shredded cheese. Buying generic brands. Almost every store offers their own brand from everything. Even non-food items, there's a generic brand for everything. And these generic brands are 9 out of 10 times cheaper than name brands. And all food manufacturers have safety guidelines that they must follow, so generic brands are usually just the same quality. Just make sure to read the ingredient label first so that you know what you're putting into your body. Replacing meat. Fresh fish and certain cuts of meat can be very expensive, especially in the times we're in now when meats have skyrocketed. Some cheaper cuts of meat are cheaper and great for stews and casseroles and soups or stir fries. However, eating less meat may be the key in saving money. Having just 1 or 2 days where you substitute meat for a protein like legumes, canned meat, or eggs can help you save more money than you think. These alternatives also have a longer shelf life and can be bought in bulk. And they're way cheaper. A can of tuna is way cheaper than a fresh piece of tuna. And it'll stay in your shelf longer. Buy frozen fruits and veggies. Fresh fruit and veggies are often only in season a few times a year, and then they are expensive in the off season. Frozen produce is cheaper and just as nutritious. It is also sold year round and comes in bigger quantities. You can use what you need and put the rest back in the freezer. Fresh produce spoils quicker, so it has to be used quicker. If you don't use it in time, it's wasting money. Growing your own produce. Growing your own produce is both delicious and rewarding. Seeds are very, very cheap, and if you have a garden or even a few plants, it is the way to go. You can grow anything from fruits to veggies to herbs right in your own backyard. So if you're allowed to have a garden, then do it. If you can't, just try and have a few plants, even if they're indoor plants. Um, Growing it yourself also helps you to eat at the perfect time of ripeness and lets you control how it is grown and what, if any, chemicals are used. Stock up on pantry necessities. Buying some foods in bulk can help you to stock up and save money. Grains, canned meat, dried fruits, nuts, lentils, beans, legumes can be bought in bulk to help keep your pantry stocked with good non-perishables versus poor non-perishables such as chips and cookies and mac and cheese and other less healthy alternatives. The alternatives listed will keep a long shelf life while still providing you with a healthier option. These foods are all relatively inexpensive and can be used in a variety of healthy recipes. You can make chili, you can make homemade granola, you can make homemade cereal bars. You can make so many things with these items. They're just a great thing to have in your pantry at all times because you never know when you're going to need them because you can use them in pretty much everything. Overall, doesn't take breaking the bank to eat healthy. Anyone can do it. You just have to want to do it. No matter your budget, you can do it. Keep in mind that buying junk food can cost twice as much as a healthy alternative. A bag of chips, it's gonna cost more typically than a bag of dried fruit, depending on what you buy. A carton of ice cream is gonna cost more than a bag of oranges. So just keep that in mind when shopping. Bad health can cause, high medical bills and medications. So eating the cheap junk food can cause you a more expensive medical bill later in life with high cholesterol, for example. You can't put a price on having good health, but by following these tips that I've listed and gone into detail for, you don't have to worry about the price. You just have to follow the steps, follow the tips, keep the tips in mind, make a grocery list, stick to it, and you're all set. Eating healthy while on a budget, just as easy as 1, 2, 3. Thank you.